Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Last time these two teams met, it was the New York Knicks picking up the loss in that outing against Atlanta. And that game moved the season series to 2-zip.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get thrown out like that.
These are painful, no doubt, but it does happen in this league. Some nights you just come out flat and you can't turn it around.
Durant, no good. And now that we are witnessing the tail end of Kevin Durant's illustrious career, Tim, talk about his legacy.
Well, Kevin, without question, this is one of the all-time greats, arguably the most effortless scorer the game has ever seen. Quite simply, he is one of one.
Oh, smart dish there by Brooks to a wide-open man, getting him the assist and his team some needed points.
Back to KD. Over Brooks. Kevin Durant can't get that one to fall.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
It's Edwards on the wing. Jackson with the screen. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by Jackson.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach and I talked about what it's like competing against Kevin Durant, and he said his attention to detail, his dedication to the craft, it's second to none. You have to have your A game because nobody loves ball more than Kevin Durant. It brings out the best of you as an opponent, too. It's no secret KD is obsessed with basketball. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Now here's Edwards. To the paint. There's Portis. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Portis has got 5.
And I like that. Edwards comes off the pick, keeps his options open, and then just makes the right read.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
Is that just a miscommunication? It just can't happen. Let's hope they get on the same page.
Edwards looking it over. In a wide open look for Portis. Nailed from three-point land. That's now 8 points for Bobby Portis. And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
And he's got more than a few ways to beat you. Edwards will be aggressive when he has to initiate contact and create the N1 opportunity.
And Edwards, no good on that one. Greg Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. And can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
Pass to Brooks. Portis the screen. A 3. Dillon Brooks. And that's good.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Outside Durant. Here's Clark. Back to KD. Pass to Clark. New York moving it around. Over Brooks. Durant, no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Hawks. Right side, ball. Jackson in the corner. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
Durant, good.
And you just love how quickly KD gets into his shot. No wasted motion.
Portis the screen. And Edwards with the stuff.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've just been the better team. They've been more aggressive, which is why they hold a double-digit lead.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Clark. Durant trying to break free. Tries again. Can't capitalize inside. Here's Ball with the three. What a performance for Bobby Portis. He has been the story so far for the Atlanta Hawks. He notched. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Hawks?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
And you can't overlook what they've done in the paint as well. A huge part of their success in this one.
Durant, good. And Greg is a former point guard in this league. Give us your top floor generals of all time. The guys that could direct the floor and could control a game.
Wow, if we're talking traditional point guards, I mean, I gotta go Magic, Isaiah, CP3's in that conversation, Jason Kidd. But I've got a separate list for that hybrid point guard, right? Which that includes guys like Steph and Iverson, West, and the great Oscar Robertson.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity. And he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Back over to you guys.
Truly the love for the game. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. So it's the Hawks now. Pass to Vucevic. From deep. Another three for Atlanta.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
And last season, Tim, Paul Millsap retired. He was an all-star in each of his 4 years in Atlanta.
Well, he helped guide the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2015. That team overachieved through chemistry, and this group hopes to do the same thing.
And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point, Vucevic a force around the rim.
And that one's good, Durant.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Now, here's Ball. Still yet to score. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, they've done a pretty decent job of taking care of the ball, but turnovers can pile up quickly.
And the Hawks making a change here. Knicks trailed by 12. Here's Durant. Missed inside.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
Here's Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
The three from KD. Here's Edey, and the dunk by Edey.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
I love their approach tonight. They are hitting at a really high percentage.
A nice shot by KD.
And the defense has to be aware of KD at all times, especially when he's hovering around that mid-range.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
The Hawks leading by 12. Pick by Vucevic. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And KD picks one up.
You know, and a 7-footer that can play the entire court. Vucevic is a tough cover because of that versatility. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Here's Edey. Can't connect from short range.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
He gets it in there.
And the key for Vucevic is remaining aggressive. When he does that, this guy can dominate.
And the wide-open J from Edey. Offline with his three. The Hawks leading by 15. Pick by Vucevic. And here's Brogdon from the arc. And the three ball is good.
And you got to have a great understanding of your teammates in the pick and roll. Brogdon's in sync with everybody out there.
Pass to Wells. Back to Sexton. Here's Edey. And so it's Atlanta holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Now Edwards. Driving inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Edwards got 6.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
And that one's good. Durant.
There is no limit to what KD can do scoring the basketball.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Portis inside the three-point line. It doesn't go for him. Knicks trailed by 18. Durant feeling it out a bit. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. Ball with a wide open look. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, that's just a wasted opportunity.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, Commissioner Adam Silver talked about U.S. youth development in hoops. He said when young players are a part of a singular organization, there's much more of an incentive to bring players along as opposed to a win-now mentality, and that's something that we can learn from Europe. Guys?
Taking that long view approach. Okay, thank you, Allie.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
It's rebounded by New York. Here's Durant. That's in there. Murray with the assist. KD's got 15.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but GA much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Over in the corner, Reddish. Good on the triple.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's KD. Drops it in from 14 feet away. KD's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
And one reason why Murray racks up the steals, he has incredible hands.
Pass to Jackson. Back to Edwards. Outside Jackson. From outside the arc. And it's Durant with the rebound. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Knicks trailed by 18. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Outside for Sexton. Pass to Rollins. Fires top of the key. Buries the jump shot.
Yeah, he just needs more shots. He has to get more involved.
The drive-by Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And Ball being aggressive there with his penetration, seizing on any open space to get to the basket.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Pass to Rollins. Edey down low. Clock at 6. Williams can't hit. The Hawks leading by 18. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Knicks. Edey a screen. Pass to Rollins. And the shot goes in.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And you think of the different styles of play, Tim, is there one that you prefer watching?
I personally like variety, Kevin. I like certainly three-point shooting. That's how I made my living. But I also want to see post play, and I want to see teams that also can beat you with isolation sets as well. I think those are the toughest teams to defend. They can hit you from any area.
They sure can. The Hawks leading by 19. And he drives in. Left side, Portis. And Portis throws it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Pass to Clark. Back to KD. To the middle. And Reddish with the slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Another thing they've done really well in this game is their focus on the three-point shot. They're doing a great job of spreading the floor and then hitting those perimeter shots.
And Portis throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
Smart play there by Durant. Uses the pick and roll to break up the defense and create one for his team.
Here's Rozier. Bamba. And the dunk by Bamba.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Pass to Edey. And stolen by Portis. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game format, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Here's Durant. Back to Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Let's go courtside, and there's some news on Vucevic. How's he doing, Allie?
Thanks. I caught up with head athletic trainer for the Hawks. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. The good news from the training staff is that they do think he can play on it, so he won't have to miss minutes. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks for that.
And I'm sure the training staff is doing everything they can to ensure he's back out there as quickly as possible.
Inside, and stolen by Murray. High post, KD. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would always sledgehammer it in. Climb that ladder. With the bucket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hawks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Bobby Portis.
Well, it's a great night for him, and his impact goes beyond the box score. The relentless energy he plays with fuels his team.
Back to Edey. Pass to KD. Over ball. And that one comes up a bit short. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know,
Goofies ain't getting no. I'm rocking now. Gucci like, ay. Quit thinking I'm stupid. The owe me, they know me like, look. Yeah, look, yeah, look, yeah, look, yeah, look. Name another with a flow like this.